and it is my great honor to share my JCI journey and thoughts on leadership with you all. So I'd like to share my slides. Is this working?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, thank you. So,
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you very much. So this is my JCI career. So you might feel like my JCI journey was smooth sailing like that. However, looking back my life, it took quite long to become a leader, actually. And before joining JCI, like common Japanese women, I tended to take a supporting role instead of a leading role, and I could never imagine that I will become one of the leaders like you all. Way of thinking and customs are far behind compared to other countries. For example, it is normal for Japanese women to quit their jobs after marriage, and even women want to do so. So it was a natural thing for me to avoid a leading role until I joined JCI. And this is a very bad example of Japanese society. And so can you guess where is this picture from?
This is the parliament.
Assembly.
National parliament.
Oh, it's similar, but not really. So, thank you very much for your answer. Actually, this is JCI Japan National Board meeting in 2019. So I'm not blaming JCI Japan, but this is what it is. Situation. I vote myself that I must break this ceiling and motivate more female members to become leaders. And one question came to mind. How? I had no experience to take a leading role before, and I didn't know how to achieve that. However, through JCI activities, I could gradually develop myself as a leader. The first step was to meet great leaders around the world and learn how they lead. Her name is Marii Kitamura-san, the first female president of JCI Tokyo. And everyone says that we look similar, right? So I'm feeling like she was my elder sister. But actually, she is much more powerful than me and a pioneer for female members in Japan. My JCI journey started in 2016 as a member of JCI, which has more numbers of female. And thanks to that, I could meet a lot of inspiring female leaders, including her. JCI Tokyo has most female members in Japan, but even we had never had a female local president until 2017. And it was my great opportunity to meet her and learn from her. She was very supportive and gave me a lot of opportunities and keep telling me like that. Don't pretend that you are like a male. But don't use being female as an excuse either. And respect people of all genders. Howard taught me that there is no gender difference among JCs, which changed my mind and pushed me back to become a leader in this organization. This is how my journey as female member started. Program, but also the discussion with national presidents from over the world was a special experience that helped me grow as a leader. And my buddies on the left bottom picture was from USA and Cambodia. And they had different leadership styles. While one was passionate, bright, and had great ideas, the other one was quiet, calm, and good at organizing the team. And it was interesting to learn about these differences. Learning from many female leaders was an opportunity clearly lacking in Japan. And JCI's international opportunity provided me such one-of-a-kind opportunities. The second step was to develop myself as a female leader. In 2020, I was assigned as a chairperson of Kanto District area in Japan, as well as very, very supportive, but I still had to fight with their bias against me. For example, everyone was saying like, oh, you are doing good as a female member. Or you were not like a typical female member, like that. So that is why I had to work harder than other board members to be treated as one leader. During the pandemic, all physical events were cancelled. However, I still decided to host online Global Village. When a committee member heard of my decision, they looked surprised and anxious because, as you know, Global Village is a festival, a night party where you can meet international delegates and enjoy their specialties and dance together. However, I motivated them saying that this was a one-of-a-kind experience. And eventually we had a solution to create a global dance challenge, a video program in which, and I had a great experience to work with global female team. And moreover, I was very happy to see a lot of members, no matter male or female, were agreed on this concept and encouraged us to grow female leaders. I also started another challenge this year. As well as JCI Vice President, I served as the President of JCI Tokyo Women Empowerment Network. Our purpose is to empower female members, learning from examples around the world. This project is still going on, but many male members have joined this organization. After all the experiences, now I have many fellows who are acting to close gender gaps. Before closing my session, I would like to introduce one of my past great examples. In 2019, I was assigned like JCI at the time, and I listened to her voice and invited different types of projects and events, and she became gradually interested in JCI's activities. And after 1 year experience as a treasurer, she became very active even after graduating JCI. And another female member was very strong woman who had a desire to be a leader, but she was only allowed to do simple tasks, so because everyone misjudged her by her appearance. So I appointed her as a vice chairperson, and everyone was impressed by her work finally. She has a lot of professional knowledge and skills, and planned and organized a competition and workshop to connect local kids and companies, which is still conducted by local government annually. Now she is a working mother, graduated student, and leaders too. So you are the one who can pave the way of them to become leaders. So I'd like to conclude my session with words of our dearest Auntie Jennifer Yu, who was the first female JCI president in the history. JCI is a great platform for young people to serve the community and learn different skills. Alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. As long as you are JCI and get actively involved, you will have many fellow leaders who support you to change the society. So if you believe in yourself and your fellows, you can grow beyond your gender or other attributes. So let's keep working together as JCI brothers and sisters, and we can change the world together. I'm wishing all the best to JCI members.
私は日本語の学生です。
こんにちは。すごいです。
こんにちは。It was so inspiring session with you. It inspired me a lot, particularly about the difference of leadership between genders. Yeah. Last time when you visited Nepal, I got a chance to see you from far, but I couldn't see you physically. But it's so nice to be with you in your session. In coming September, I am visiting Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would like to meet you in Tokyo.
Yes, if I mean Tokyo, let's see that.
Yeah, let's see. If possible, this youth leaders, women leaders. Your story can inspire us. Let's do some joint projects. And I would like to ask, the Japan is one of the most developed country, but as per your session, it's difficult for ladies in Japan also for the uh, leadership. And what inspired you the most to come up to be a leader, and how you manage all those, and what is your most motivating factor for this leadership?
Okay, most motivating factor for the leadership. I think I gradually changed my mind through the JCI activities because I joined JCI because
JCI, because just 2 years we have been passing. Yeah. So I would like to ask you through your experience how we can motivate more members who are quite devoted on JCI. So I just want to ask this question to you.
you mean the members who are already devoted into JCI's activities.
Yeah, some are already devoted, but I would like to add new members. Yeah,
Okay.
I would like to be connected. So for this, just in my organization, I would like to just go through the different international training, just like this, which Bineshji has initiated. So how we can expand these sorts of things to our organization?
Okay, understood. Okay. So basically, it's not a matter for male or female, but JCI has 4 areas of opportunities, right? And everyone has them to join some team to create some project or training session rather than just attending. Because if they get involved as the team member, they will get interested into the activities more and become more interested in leadership and other role. So I recommend you to hearing their opinion and suggest find out the best way for each of them.
Okay, thank you.
Samin is here to ask question. The floor goes to you.
Hello once again.
Hello again.
So my question is, as you are a leader, you are working with lots of people. Lots of people, they have their own personality. Be difficult maintaining your level of motivation. So my question to you is, how do you keep everyone aligned in the same page, focused on the same goal, and how do you keep motivating yourself every day?
Yes, it's very good question. Like I think everyone is struggling with motivate everyone on the same page. So in my case, for example, in my committee, there are a lot of types of the members. Someone is very devoted into JCI activities, but someone is like working harder than JCI activities. So I think you should divide it into some levels of the, how you can push them to the activity. So if they know about JCI, maybe you just ask them to lead someone. And if you lean on someone, the people, you should not taking care of them too much, just confirming what they are doing sometimes and not, pushing every time. Just occasionally we can check what they are doing. But other people, like new members, and they have no motivation to do these activities. Maybe you can bring to some events or projects and find it's like a same answer as a previous question, but maybe you can find out their interests, and you can share a little bit of tasks and roles to them, and if they are getting a little bit busy task to manage people, but I think that is the best and the smoothest way to make everyone on the same page.
Thank you.
And and
Yeah.
and how about motivating yourself to?
Motivating myself, it's actually I've been always motivated for the activities, so maybe not I'm a good example, but when you are getting lose interest or maybe you are too tired or too busy for another or jobs or family issues, I think you can take a rest a little bit. I think it's not a bad thing, but you don't need to. If you have responsibility for some projects or tasks, you must finish it. Want to come back to JCI, and you finish your you do you how should I say, you take a role and take a responsibility to get your job done. Does it make sense?
Thank you.
Thank you, arigato.
Yeah, thank you, Samini, for asking the question. And Unisha has raised the hand. So floor goes to you, Unisha.
Hi, Marie. I am JCI. So I just wanted to ask a question too. Uh, what do you think, like, woman empowerment is just a reflective form or it is a formative form? Like, when a woman is empowered and when she has some authority, what does that really depends upon? Like, would she impact it as a reflective in a reflective way, or would she just embracing, just influencing, or just embracing the persons?
Okay, like sorry, maybe I don't catch you. Sorry.
How can I describe that? Okay, so in a formative way, I meant is if I am having a leader, I'm in a position of leadership development. So what should I do? Like, should I just reflect my own things and suggest on my way, or should I just hear their opinion and know them and go in a formative way, like influence every people around me?
It really, I think it's very good. It's very good question, and it really depends on the people you want to influence. But basically, it's said that you, if you are working like as your own way, it will influence the people most, rather than you.
Then again, saying that youth leadership is youth, that then again women youth leadership, how do you think we can promote women leadership in JCI, because there are many countries, developing countries, who are participating. Even in Nepal, it is gradually growing, but how, what, in what ways we can promote it even more?
Even more. Thank
How
you.
do you
Very good
suggest? Yeah,
question. That's actually a
thank
good
you.
question. I'm asking myself too. But I think this is good idea. Maybe we will form an informal female leaders group, and we can learn from another area like Europe or USA. Because in Europe there are a lot of lady leaders, right? For example, it's a very funny thing, but in Iceland, the most national presidents are female, and they said that they need to empower male members. Because so I'm feeling for that kind of informal event at the World Congress or ASPEC. And if you wish, maybe I can make a suggestion to JCI.
Thank you so much for answering my question. Another question I would also like to ask. Although for the JCs which are struggling with women leadership, um, coming from a country which is developing and where the patriarchy society is more dominant, so for those kind of areas where it is just not Nepal, but there are many other countries who are patriarchy dominant countries. So for those kind of areas, how do you think, not just JCs but as a female empowerment, women empowerment, how as a JCs, how can we work on it? If there are any examples of other countries, you may have that, so you can please tell us.
to make a great impact on the one of the good projects, and we can learn from. Does it make sense?
From a good example, I just wanted to ask that because in that way we can see and work in rural communities and empower women. If there are any other examples, we can take examples from other countries. So thank you so much for answering my questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the question.
Thank you, Prakriti, for your question. So our IPP has raised the hand. So floor goes to you.
Thank you, Business President. Hi, Mary.
Hello.
Once again, I would like to ask the question. The same Prakriti's question and my questions is little bit similar. What are the weak points that ladies leader are lagging behind in leading JCI's platform? What are the
Yeah, not to, it's a weak point for female, but weak point of this organization is we have a lot of traveling opportunities, or we are too busy, right? Like we need to take care of our home, kids, spouses, and the business and yeah, JCI at the same time. It's crazy. So I think we should update this organization to any female can take a leading role. So this is a weak point, not for the leaders, but for the organization, I guess.
I have another questions.
Yes.
There are many JCI programs, yes, and is there any program that is related to women empowering program in JCI platform?
Okay, thank you. Sadly, we will have the worldwide campaign about women empowerment. But recently, the JCI is more like leadership rather than social contribution. So if there is a chance to have the women empowerment section, it could be the female leadership training or something, I guess.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, IPP, for the wonderful question. And Samiksha has raised the hand. So floor goes to you, Samiksha.
So, hi, Marii, once
Hi.
again.
Hi again.
I was very curious about the thing that you said earlier about gender gap in Japan, because Japan is a very developed country, and it's very sad to hear all these kind of things, because for me, it's a huge developed country from a
Vote or motivate the female members to become the leaders. So, but yes, how can I say? So, the first step is to realize that we cannot discuss on the same page at this moment, but and after that we can
Hello.
talk about how we can
यहाँ meeting
empower
को यो छोड्नै मिल्दैन
women,
मैले
and we can accept their own opinion, even though it is different or a little bit wrong. And then I believe that we can, the men and female work together to empower another leaders.
So have you ever experienced any discrimination in your leadership period?
In JCI?
Yes.
Not the word. I think that is the most important thing. And also, you don't need to fight with the people who have the old mindset. You can just show and you can just talk with them, and even though they don't understand at this moment, you can be confident and just doing your own job, and they will realize that they were misunderstood. So be confident and just move forward to it.
はい、ありがとうございます。
Thank you, Samiksha. So I think everybody has asked the questions. So I have one question.
Yes.
Actually, in my area, there are like about 14 female leaders. female presidents actually, local
Great.
presidents, and
Have developed quite rapidly because of the gender equality. So gender equality will bring the economic growth as well, and there's a lot of evidences about that. So you can motivate everyone to, how can I say, empower the female employees or members, and that will also good for the society or their businesses. So maybe you can do some that kind of the new approaches to them to change their mindset and collaborate to each other equally. Does it make sense?
yeah, thank you for your opinion. Yeah, we have to we are working together actually, because
Good.
I
Yes.
as a leader, I am always giving chances to the female leaders actually to grow.
Yeah, nice.
So I want to see in my chapter.
Say or something.
Yeah.
Because you want to know how I can say, uh, like a, how can my hello, my name is Marii Kitamura.
Okay, so I'll just tell you and you just repeat after me, okay?
That's okay.
Okay. Namaste.
Namaste.
मेरो नाम
मेरा नाम
मारी
Marii Kitamura.
Yeah, that's it. मेरो नाम मारी तिथामुरा हो.
How can I say nice to meet you?
Nice to, why do you say nice to meet you? मलाई हजुरसँग भेट्दाखेरि खुसी लाग्यो.
Maybe, I want to say, see you again.
Okay, like see, okay, you can just say like म हजुरहरूसँग
फेरि भेटौँला
Madra.
म हजुरहरूसँग.
That will be hard. That will be hard.
Okay, we can slow down.
Slow down. I will pray.
I think my first lady Anamika has some question.
Yes.
I think I want to give floor to her.
Hello once again.
Hello.
I'd like to ask you one question that I feel like a woman has ego in supporting other women. Do you feel the same?
Sorry, women. Don't
A woman has ego in supporting other women.
sorry,
Do-
ego. How can I spell? Ego.
Do you feel the same?
You mean the women are not willing to support another women?
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the situation and depends on the people. I believe that some people are willing to support another women, but just coming to the event, attending the events, and not working for JCI activities or projects, and just enjoying the moment and don't have a mind to support another female members to take the role, or don't have a mindset to work together. But I think if they have any chances to work together or support to each other, I think they will automatically think that they should work together and they need to support to each other. So I think providing the opportunities again, and they wait for them to realize the importance, why we should support to each other. The female leaders. So thank you very much for joining this session. And I can see the JCI Nepal will grows even more because you have motivation to develop the new young members, including female, and you are working collaboratively together. And now we have a commitment to grow together. So I'm really excited to come back to Nepal next time and see the progress, how you achieve that purpose. So thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you for the session, wonderful words. So on behalf of everybody from Nepal and from all around the world, I would like to thank you very much for giving us this session, and from our deep inside our heart, I would like to thank you for giving the time and wonderful words. So